Hi, this is G-Mac for TRC or the Razor Company, and today's shave will be dedicated to a Marvel superhero. If you are a fan of Marvel as much as I am, I'm a bigger fan of it than of DC, comics. And the shave, of course, will be dedicated to the superhero Thor. If you're an Avengers fan, you just might like this razor. So the razor in focus today is the Parker 98R. It's a massive piece. The length is about 4.1 inches, if I'm not mistaken, of the whole razor. But the weight of the handle and the head put together is it's said to be 121 or 122 grams, but on my scale, I get about 128. The handle is brass and it's chrome plated. The head, of course, is very much a DE89 head. Just to give you a view of it. It's what you find on the Edmund Jagger D89 or the Mueller R89. It's very, very similar. I really don't know what it shaves like, but for me, this is really, it really is a hammer of sorts. I know there's another razor called the Pearl Hammer, but the Parker 98R is a super heavyweight as it's described. And as I said, I'd like to call it a Thor's razor. Well, on to the shave now, and enough of making around. So let's get straight to the shave itself. And let me tell you a little bit about Parker Razors. It was started by Jagdish Grover. The company was started in 1973. And for about 20 or 25 years, those employees have remained the same, which means it's such a great working environment. Parker takes care of the employees take care of what Parker produces. They do everything from DE razors to single edge, chevettes, DE blades, injector blades, soaps, razor stands, brushes, you name it. And Parker really is, in a way, a very complete shaving company that focuses on a lot of shaving products, including bowls and mugs as well. So let's get straight down to the shave. So besides the razor for today, we'll be using the Oaken Lab Batavia Barber. This was actually given to me by a friend. It's got a barbershop fragrance, with a bit of a spicy tinge to it. Slight smokiness in there, and that's how it looks like inside. So this was created by Oaken Labs Indonesia. They are an artisan company that has been doing, a lot of business. They've been coming out with a lot of products. And to be fair to them, I'm also using their bowl, which is the Oaken Lab bowl for the shave. I've already got my soap lathered up, and that's the bowl. You can see the Oaken Lab, logo up there. I'm using one of my favorite brushes, which is the AP Shave Company Candy Stripe with the G5C knot. You can get custom AP Shave Company brushes at TRC. One of my favorites, of course, is the yellow, and the other is the deep blue. I love that. You can also pick up the G5C or, the titanium knot. You've got a couple of different titanium or platinum. I think it's titanium. But you've got a couple of options in there which you can pick up. And AP Shave Company brushes, I love the way that Andrew sets his knots. There's absolutely no glue bump in them. Wonderful, wonderful brushes. So let's get straight down to the shave itself. While we attempt this, also let me give you the blade that I'm using for today. So the blade for today will be the Gillette London Bridge. This one is made in China, the orange wrapper, but the original London Bridge was made in the UK, and it was really a yellow wrapper. It was a yellow wrapper. So if you ever get some of those absolutely stunning blades, I do love them very much. So just going to wet the face very quickly. And I'm not going in with the misting bottle for today. Just didn't feel like it. There are days when you just want to use your hands. God's given you two great hands. So let's get straight down to the soap itself. I just used a very little bit. It created quite a voluminous lather by itself. So on to the first pass. It's a very nice fragrance if you're a fan of barbershop fragrances. What I really find very unique is that the actual barbershop fragrance, I would, classify it more as something like a Clubman, Pinot, which is really that powdery dry down, and it's what kind of stayed with me through childhood and college life. Or I put it down to maybe Old Spice or Tobacco. They all have those elements of, that barbershop finish to them. But it's wonderful how different shaving companies have come out with different products that actually define or is their very, very own version or interpretation of what barbershop should be. So you've seen that with Chisel Face. They have, Ghost Town Barber. You've also seen that with, well, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Club Guy, which is very much like Clubman Pinot. Then Razor Rock has their own version, Blue Barber Shop, and even the American Barber Shop. Then you have Ariana and Evans. They've got the Barbier Sophisticato, which is kind of different. Lovely soap, actually. It's lathers very nicely. It kind of gives you it's a very relaxing kind of soap. The scent is different, but it's not overpowering. Do give, well, if you get your hands on one, nothing like trying it out. But this brush, absolutely love what Andrew does, with the AP Shave Company, and that. Look out for those collaborations. Really look out for those collaborations that, Razor Company has. Limited edition brushes and soaps. Absolutely wonderful, because there's always a little bit more that goes into a collaboration because they want to make it special. And it's the companies or, the online retailers' a reputation at stake, so they want to give you the best. So you always get that a little bit more inside there. On to the first pass. Well, I can tell you at first go, it's a fairly mild razor. You require absolutely no pressure. It's got a good bit of audio feedback. It's my first time actually with the Gillette London Bridge blade, so it's a fairly comfortable shaver. Well, I would say if you're a beginner and you just switched or you're looking to make a switch from cartridge razors and multiple blade cartridge razors, and you don't want to break the bank, you want to first try it out and see if it works for you or not. This is a perfect tool. It's got a good bit of length on the handle. Lads with big hands, you're going to love this. It's not an efficiency monster, so if that's what you're expecting, I would say no. It's actually a very, I would say a mild shaver. Not very difficult to find the angle. It's a steep shaver, so, if you're a beginner, you shouldn't have a problem. My only advice to you would be do not apply pressure, because this one has a lot of weight to it, and that's what really. Well, that was just my hand knocking the drawer in excitement. That's a lot of stubble, isn't it? Well, this razor really sings. It really sings. I was just having a huge debate with a very close pal about, how he prefers titanium and I prefer stainless steel razors, and it's it's what works for you or what makes you happy. For me, I like the heft of stainless steel. I also like the heft of Zamac, or more importantly, brass. I'm actually fairly impressed with the London Bridge blade. Quite impressive, if you ask me. It's it's quite smooth. It's not lethal in any way. It does well to take off the stubble. So that's pretty quick, isn't it, with the first pass? And that's one of the good things when you have a razor that is not very, very threatening, or it's not high aggression or high efficiency, because then you want to make sure that it's an autopilot. You can shave pretty fast and enjoy the shave. So just a quick rinse. Was about to say, hello, is it me you're looking for? So yeah, on to the second pass, and I think this one's going to be fairly quick because I really have I've enjoyed moving this razor around my face. Love the heft, loved everything about it, and this soap is just wonderful. But so is the brush. Sometimes you have a soap and a brush and a bowl that's such a good match that you don't mind spending time just going on lathering, which I find is a waste of time, but still, it's just that when you enjoy doing something, you can just go ahead with it for hours. This is a very efficient razor. Don't be fooled by the price. If I'm not mistaken, it's about $30 or $32 or $33. I'm not sure the exact price, but it's under $35. That's for certain. And I think if you're under 35 US is a fantastic price for a razor like this. You get a lovely brass handle. You get a fantastic razor. Personally, I felt, the R89 is one of my favorite razors because it was the first DE that I really fell in love with. And this is close to that. It kind of gives you that similar shave. It's mild. It's not threatening. I'd also recommend that you try out the London Bridge blades. It was my first time crossing the bridge, and I'm really happy with it. And that by saying that, of course, I truly mean the blades and nothing else, not the real bridge. So here we go on to I think we're good to go with our second pass. And there's something nice about this razor that I do find, and I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's just the heft, maybe it's just the way that it glides. It's very smooth. It's absolutely smooth. So on to the second pass. This razor does sing, so I would say just expect feedback from it. It's not one of those razors that is silent. Those kind of razors actually worry me a lot because I'm always trying to figure out whether I'm shaving or not. As I said earlier, apply no pressure. Go very easy with with this razor, since it's got, heft to it. Let the razor do all the work. That's what seasoned shavers will always tell you, and that's what I learned. It's one of the reasons why I like heft. When you have a heavy razor, the razor actually does 50% of the work. And you don't really have to put in that much effort like with the lightweight razor. Always have a stubble that changes direction on the underside of the jaw. Always try to get a bit of face mapping done to avoid that. There's another plus point to this razor. It can hold a lot of lather. So, when you're shaving, you can actually feel it. But truly, this is it's almost an autopilot shave. Sometimes you want to do a 3-pass shave, and well, that kind of covers ground everywhere. It takes off everything or every bit of stubble that you have. And then there are some days when you just want to do a 2-pass shave and you want to go with your face mapping. That really works. So, look at that. So I've just got everything cleaned off without actually opting in for a 3-pass. So as I said earlier, if you're a beginner, someone who's getting fresh into DE shaving, I would recommend this razor. It is an absolute value for money buy. No, it does not have any training wheels on it, and you don't really require it. I think go in. I've been very impressed with the blade as well. It's my first time with the Gillette London Bridge. It's a very, very nice blade. Fairly sharp, forgiving as ever. As you can see, not a nick or a cut. I'm just going to do a very quick rinse and then get back to the result of the shave. And yes, it's me again. Just in case you're wondering, who was doing this video, and since it's around that time of Halloween, I'm still around. So here we go. Just a very quick cleanup. Oh, that's baby smooth. That's absolutely baby smooth. Oh, that's a wonderful shave. Absolutely wonderful shave. And just to be fair, nowadays, if I don't get BBS, I definitely don't want to apply. I don't want to aim for a BBS. I'm quite satisfied with the DFS most days. And the reason for that is you really don't want to get your skin irritated. At the end of the day, your skin has to feel good after a shave. It's not just about looking good, but it has to feel good. So just going to very quickly get a bit of alum on. And this is what happens with, with razors that are milder or mid-aggression. You have absolutely, minimal a burn when you rub the alum on it. I've just got a little bit of a burn on this lower area, and that's because I went over it a couple of times. It's not really razor burn, but I kind of shaved close just to get rid of the stubble. Very quickly, let me run you through all the things that we used for today before I can get to the aftershave splash. So Oaken Lab Batavia Barber, that was the shaving soap for today. The Oaken Lab bowl, as I said earlier, that's the one that I used. You can see the inside of it. I've still got a ton of lather left. I could shave over a few days. That's my beautiful and one of my favorite, AP Shave Company Candy Stripe G5C synthetic knot. And our main star, of course, for today. I've got to show that to you. But just a quick rinse as far as the alum is concerned. And the reason I always get the alum, kind of the residual alum off my face is because you don't want to go around looking like you put a bad bit of foundation, because those white specks will stick around. So let me talk once more about the razor. The Parker 98R, the heavyweight Thor's razor, call it what you want. That is one beautiful razor. I would recommend, if you're on the fence about whether you want to get an EJ89 or you want to get a Mueller R89, or, you just want to try something different, something that has a similar feel to it, a similar, shave result, go in for this. I mean, it's under 35 USD. You can't go wrong with this. It's an absolutely solid handle. It's a beautiful razor, and the Parker 98R. Available on TRC in case you want to pick it up. And now, of course, for my post shave, I'm going to be going with the Nivea Men Sensitive Cool. Absolutely love this aftershave balm because it's got such a nice soothing effect to it. If I'm not mistaken, it contains chamomile. So I think I got a bit too much on. I always land up doing that nowadays. It's become a bit of a habit. Sometimes you like, the splashes so much you tend to, well, just layer it on when you shouldn't. But I'm just going to let that stay and dry up, and I'm not really concerned about it. You could just dab it, lightly dry. Yeah, that should do it. So that was all in today's shave. And don't forget the Parker 98R. If you like it, go ahead and get it. But for me, GMAC, it's time to shut shop and ship out of here. I'll be back with you real soon with another video dedicated to shaving. And that, of course, will feature a very special soap from the razor company itself. Bye-bye for now, and do have a lovely rest of this week.